September 7th is approaching, but of course not without any news and interesting details that we learn as we near the release date. In this video we take a look at a weird change, like really weird, an interesting theory and some cool open world information. So if you enjoyed that, then a like would be super appreciated, and let's go. Let's get that weird change out of the way first, as noted by Ollie C. Millen, and I hope I pronounced that right, on Reddit. So a while back I showed you this awesome cutscene between Aunt May and Peter, where she's getting a surprise, a sort of present from her work. And now in the launch trailer we see that exact scene where Aunt May says girl problems, but now there is a freaking medical bed and equipment in that same area. Like, what the heck is going on? Because you would think that the cutscene I received from Sony is from the final game. But on the other hand, why would they add this to the trailer when it has no extra value for this trailer? So really curious, like, what the heck is going on and why this medical equipment is in this trailer at all. Also, the pictures in the back are gone, so you would think that the trailer footage is indeed real, that they maybe removed the medical equipment for the B-roll I received because it was too spoilery, because if they make a trailer like this, you think of every second of it, right? It's going to be published on TV as well. So, weird stuff going on. I mean, we will find out in the main game. But if you got a theory in the meantime, please let me know in the comments down below. Again, very interesting find though from Ollie C. Milan. Another nice find is by Chris over on Twitter, who got a theory that the early Game Informer footage we saw where Spidey was like fighting criminals on the street was actually to save Miles, who got caught. Because in the early parts of the launch trailer, we see Spider-Man reach out to Miles, who's on the ground, and the truck and the sort of wall in the back look very similar. So I totally think he's onto something for sure, and interesting is that all the gameplay sessions where the press got to play, including this channel, got to play for 2 till 5 hours, but never got to find Miles, as far as I know. All of the main missions like were cut off at some point, so people had to explore the open world. Because I think that if Peter finds Miles, it's pretty early on in the game, and this might be one of those early interactions. Speaking of those play sessions from the press, I wanted to highlight one in particular from Easy Allies. I put a link in the description down below to that video, so you can check it out for yourself if you want. Here Brandon Jones notes some interesting things about the open world that he was forced to explore, like I already said, because the main missions did not show up anymore. One thing he first did was go to all the radio towers in Manhattan to see all the icons of all the activities in the world. And I'm not sure if you like see all the activities then immediately, or that they may add some things over time as you progress through the game as well. But it's at least cool to know that he was able to go to all the radio towers like at one moment early on in the game, so you could explore the full city early on in the game. And he said that completing all those radio towers that have a small puzzle as well took him around the 40 minutes. So cool to know, right, that you can immediately like pick off these radio towers if you want to start hearing these crimes or the other things that are going on in the city. And one of the things I did not hear before was regarding car crashes. And Brandon Jones from Easy Allies describes this as his favorite moment in the game, and I got to agree, it sounds really cool. So there will be car crashes in the game. I sadly don't have any footage of this, but you will basically see cars crashed on the streets. And you might see this like multiple times, but the cars will be crashed in different ways. So then you pull the thing that made the car crash off the car, you pull the car door out, and then you pull the person out. And then the car blows up and you saved the person right on time. So he did that multiple times, and then one time Brandon came across a car crash, but there was already a fire truck next to it with a fireman turning to Spider-Man saying, "Hey Spider-Man, we got this, thanks." So Brandon was like, okay, and went away, and then he saw an ambulance like come in as well. So you don't have to like do all the things yourself all the time, just like in the comics and in the movies. And moments like this will make the game feel even more magical. Like, this will help you feel even more invested in the world. Really awesome. Sorry if I make the wait harder, but I thought it was awesome to share nevertheless. Of course, check out the Easy Allies preview by clicking the link I put in the description down below. And of course, subscribe to this channel for everything Spider-Man PS4 if you haven't already. The news videos are just the start. I will have way more content around launch and beyond. Drop a like to support the channel. Check out my recent Spider-Man video on a new trailer that just dropped and more news. And I will speak to you next time. Goodbye.